How we doing, everybody? Fuck, I forgot what part this is. Promised I'd remember. I don't know, I think it's 7. So, unless I'm mistaken, welcome to Lucid9 Part 7. So, I took a break from last night, I went to sleep, and I don't know, I've been having little ideas pop into my head here or there, like, what if this? What if that's a thing? What if this is really? So, like, I don't know, this game has really piqued my interest. And I like how the interactive parts are like, they're not just, you know, what's your opinion, it's you actually have to solve shit. But anyway, right, so we watched everybody do their own little part and saw how everybody interacted together. It basically gave us the same information, and we got this amateur detective achievement. And that's all. Within a few minutes, everyone's gathered on the rooftop. They take stock of the unfortunates. Rui, Shigeru, and Arya seem disappointed. Yahiko and Elizabeth seem tired. Misaki and Akira seem to be unchanged, and Masuda looks like he's on the brink of death. Despite the idiocies of bureaucracy, it appears that a crucial piece of information did surface. Dog, can you just get a pair of glasses that fit your face so you don't have to keep holding them up like that all the time? Man, I hate when I don't have stuff. Ugh. Wait. No. This is becoming a ritual. Rifling through all my fucking pockets at the beginning of every session. Aha! Oh, bonus, I found a phone. Alright, anyhow. What, that the students all disappeared after curfew? Yes. You may elaborate further, Ishiyama. Because you don't know the answer, do you? That's what I was thinking that on the bus earlier. I was like, you know, I bet she's not actually 26. Because, like, when people are something, they don't have to assert it to other people frequently. Like how Donald Trump states that he is, he's like a smart person, and he's like a stable genius. Like, people that are actually stable geniuses don't have to go around telling everybody that they're a stable genius. Right? Like Bill Gates has never given a speech where he talks about how great he is and how smart he is. So, I don't think she's 26. I think she's a homeschooled kid. And she's just using this as an excuse to get me to bring all my friends here so that she can make some new friends. Which, I wouldn't hold that against her, you know? It's hard for people to make friends, and she's friends with the weirdo. It's not nice of me to call her a weirdo, but... Sorry, enough speculation. I glance around, but no one else seems willing to talk. Not even Rui, who is excited to play detective. Well, basically, each of the students logged in for the 11:30 p.m. curfew in their rooms. By all intents and purposes, that should have rendered them safe. Even if they're allowed to leave the dorm building, they have to stay on campus. And it's not like anyone can get in Wait, it's not like anyone can get in with the security parameters around the building. So we have something strange on our hands, since they disappear when they shouldn't be able to. Well, as I decide our next course of action, I recommend that each of you obtain your desired nourishment. Is she gonna buy us food? Dismissed. She's got that peach again! I don't know why the peach makes me happy. She plops down on a nearby bench, digging through her satchel. Ari settles next to her, pulling a peach out of her backpack. The others take various places around the rooftop greenhouse, retrieving lunchboxes from their bags. I notice Yahiko slide into the bench next to Misaki. Elizabeth sits on the opposite of Shigeri alone. Oh, do I have to pick where I'm gonna sit? Akira whips out Annette Diana Hellenson the 7th. It's the 16th. It's the 14th now? No, it was the 17th in the lunchroom. So we went back a few generations and lays her on the floor. When Rui and Masudo attempt to sit on her, Akira gestures frantically at Rui. Oh! Yeah! Rui quickly made her way to me, extending a lunchbox with 2 hands. Hey, you didn't bring any food, right? I made extra. You can have it if you want. Oh. You made enough food to fill an extra lunchbox? I accidentally made a lot more than I expected, okay? Just take it. No. I can only stare at the lunchbox, my mind racing ahead of me. Should I? I'd rather not hurt her feelings, but isn't accepting homemade food from someone synonymous with accepting their feelings? Yes and no, but you're reading way too much into it, man. Just take it. I glance at Akira for help, but she's pointedly looking away from us. Maybe she wants to give us privacy? Take it before my arms fall off, idiot. It's a break for me. Comfortable enough to accept the lunchbox. Thanks. No problem. She suddenly dashes back to Annette Diana Hellenson the 14th, leaving me alone with the lunchbox. We glance inside. Delicious eggs are neatly rolled and topped with seaweed, set in an aesthetic bouquet beside a bed of rice. The rice is shaped into a lantern, decorated with lettuce, carrots, and cucumber. Dude, it looks unbelievably delicious. But just when I'm about to dig in, some commotion catches my attention. So, what's it like being in Lotus Modeling? Do you live an extravagant life with servants who wait on your beck and call? I wouldn't say extravagant, but it's fun. You get to meet so many new people, visit so many new places, try so many new things. It's a great experience. Although it can be really demanding sometimes. Demanding? How? It's a competitive business, so it requires a lot of commitment. That's why I'm usually absent from class. And the school allows that? Surprisingly, my grades aren't being affected, so I suppose they don't see it as a problem. Do you think Lotus would have an opening for the great Yahiko Ikari? I highly doubt his grades would allow him to work as a model. You are handsome, so I don't see why not. Did she just call Yahiko handsome? I admit he's not bad looking, but I didn't expect her to be so blunt about it. Okay, so he gets along really well with the blonde, and so that's like meets like, and then this is opposites attract. Okay, I'm on to you. Yeah, you're right. Of course they wouldn't deny my impeccable charms. What's your number? I'll be sure to text you when I find something. Because they bonded over the Govermecker thing, too. I can only shake my head incredulously as they begin sharing contact info. Dig into my free lunch, relishing the explosion of flavor in my mouth. Rui's really gotten good at cooking. And she made it special for you and made it all decorative. You're a big dummy and don't notice these things. As I eat, I continue to examine my surroundings. The next group to catch my attention is Ari and Shigure. The peach! I love the peach. Ari is quietly munching on a peach in her standard baby hamster fashion. The peach, it shouldn't make me this happy, it's just a peach. Shigure, meanwhile, has propped her feet up on a flower bed like a gangster. She appears to be eating some kind of sweet green dumpling. Shigure. So, is that her ear, or does she have like a weird bow situation going on? Yes? Is that enough? What, this? She gestures to the green balls in her hands. Ari nods. More than enough. They're melon paste mochi, the root of immortality. What? There are no vegetables, no fruit, no protein. Oh yes, but it's not nutritious. Says the peach lady. Eat some veggies? If you insist, Ari. Ari shares a rare smile at this. I'm surprised by how open she is around Shigure. Makes me wonder how they know each other. Not only that, but Shigure actually listens to Ari. Seems like Ari's the only one who can put her in her place. Galloping goats! You don't mean to say... I do indeed. He is gone by now, far behind the city limits and out of your scheming hands. What? And there go those two again. You misunderstand the meaning of omniscient, my dear Lady Bingham. Ha! As if you could beat true love. Oh no, I happen to know where your lover is hiding. Right here. She whips her finger around in my direction, but thankfully, Masato suddenly steps in front. What, me? Jumping jackals! I always thought that sort of thing only happened in dramas. That's a proper Destiny-like moment, isn't it, Rui? Masato, my true love? Yeah, I don't think so. Masato seems to take this as a challenge. Every muscle tightens with competitive aggression as he steps between Rui and Akira, brandishing an imaginary sword. Yeah, the amount of times his eyes constrict like that, you must get headaches. Come on and fight me, you big coward. Yeah, I'm here. I'm challenging you to a duel to the death. What? No, duel to the pain. I smell disaster afoot. The hell's a duel to the pain? First your feet are cut off below the ankles, and then your hands at the wrists, and then your eyes, and then your tongue. But that's only if I lose, right? Easy, now fight me, you crooked canary. On second thought, peace. You can be with your true love. She flees away from the scene, taking cover behind Shigure. What are you doing? I'm hiding by the Alps. You're the Alps. I love it. Go away. I am not the Alps. That's what the Alps always say. Leave. In an unusual burst of energy, she reaches out and shoves Akira to the ground. What the hell? Rui rushes to Akira, worriedly checking for her injury. Elizabeth and Misaki immediately get to their feet. Yaika freezes while Masato sprints at Shigiri. What the hell was that about? I'm thinking. Don't disturb me when I'm thinking. Didn't have to shove her. She wouldn't have left otherwise. How'd you know that, huh? It took a moment to analyze all of you when we first met, if you recall. You can't know somebody by one look. You can if you possess at least one functioning hemisphere of a brain. Don't talk like that, Shigeri. Guys, I'm fine. Let's just calm down. This does nothing to stop the rising tension. Even I can't help but feel amped up. It's one thing for Shigeri to insult me, but it's another to insult one of my friends. Even if I insult him all the time. Yeah, I'm a hypocrite, I know. Just let me be, I need to think. Are you gonna say you're sorry? I won't say I'm sorry for something I have no reason to be sorry for. Akira didn't even do anything to you. She had no awareness from the comfort of others. She completely disregarded Ari's feelings on the matter. I kinda thought about that, but... Everyone's eyes land on Ari, who stares blankly at her peach. Come to think of it, Akira would have been right next to Ari. But she was just hiding by the Alps. She wasn't hurting nobody. I didn't mean to make anyone uncomfortable. I thought you guys were lonely. Just because you may be lonely in an identical situation does not give you the right to push your opinions on other people. I'm sorry. You did nothing wrong, Akira. Stop this, Shigeri. On the contrary, you two are the ones horsing around, dragging everyone into your uncomfortable scenarios. Hey, aren't you the one making us investigate for you? I did nothing of the sort. Ishiyama was your requester. That's no excuse. Stop being so single-minded and think for once. All you can do is band together like sheep. Why don't you approach this from Aria's perspective? Everyone once again looks to Ari, who stops munching on her peach. Man. Well, you just put her on the spot, which would make her uncomfortable. Don't speak as if you know more than I. Maybe you're the stubborn one. This is degenerating fast. What's surprising is that Elizabeth and Misaki aren't making a move. They're just sitting back, watching the display before them without emotion. Clearly, they value Shigeri too highly to fight back, which means I have to do it. Rui, you may be saying this because you're still learning, but in the world of detectives, no. What you did was unnecessary, Shigeri. Please don't tell me that this is real life. Don't you lecture me about what real life is or is not. Shut up, all of you. Amazingly, they actually quiet down. Akira, you're okay? Redder than rain, Cap. There's a slight tremble to her voice, but I ignore it. No need to stir up any more trouble. Good. Shigeri, don't shove people. If she was making Aria uncomfortable... Ari? Were you uncomfortable? A tense moment of silence falls on the group. Ari only shrugs inconclusively. Okay, whatever. Akira, don't get too close again. Shigeri, don't shove Akira again. Solved. But that's not fair to... Solved! That's it, understood? Thankfully she nods sullenly. Shigeri only straightens her glasses, but I'm pretty sure she'll also behave herself. Presently, I noticed that Elizabeth and Misaki are looking at me with a tinge of respect. Well, at least someone's pleased with me. Guys, why don't we cool off a bit? Let's do something fun. Nobody seems to react, but somehow I can tell that they're all interested. Fighting has a way of sucking you dry. Maybe it would be better to redirect everyone's energy to something else. Something where, if they end up fighting, at least they won't cause permanent emotional or physical scars. What do you suggest? Watching a movie? I suddenly shake my head. We'd never get everyone to agree on a movie. How about an amusement park? An amusement park? Yeah, there's this new high-tech one by the mall. You know, with the new Lemniscate attractions. I vaguely recall seeing something like that on the news. Lemniscate, the mega corporation of all things technical and media related, partnering with a handful of large amusement parks all over the country. Apparently, they were going to revolutionize entertainment. Oh, those looked amazing. Sounds like a lot of fun. I'm in. Elizabeth only shakes her head. As remarkable as it sounds, I must pass. I have other duties to attend to. I consider this for a moment. Should I let her go? She did try her best in the investigation. But the image of a squealing Elizabeth on a top-level roller coaster is just too good to pass up. Come on, man! Elizabeth, do you know anything about coffee? Her face pales and she quickly glances around at the others. When they only return looks of confusion, she storms over to me, angrily hissing in my ear. Stop that. For real, dude, stop doing that. Then come with us. Give me one. Don't. You're like offering it up to him. Because you don't want anyone to find out about your job. Another reason. Because you'd be alone if you stayed here, and it's kind of sad to me. The thought comes to mind before I can stop it. I quickly wave it away so it won't take root. Last thing I need right now is to sympathize with Elizabeth. Because I'm so dashing? That's not a good reason. You asked for a reason. It doesn't necessarily merit a good one. Blimey, I simply can't believe you. She steps back, raising her voice so everyone can hear. Fine. But who's paying? Nerd! I look to Shigeri. Everyone follows suit. For a second, the detective stares back at us, uncomprehending. Then she leaps to her feet, face coloring in anger. No, absolutely not. Why? I harbor no incentive in chaperoning... that is how it's spelled. Chaperoning an inordinately extensive conglomerate of cognitively impaired juveniles to a venue whose solitary objective is the frivolous squandering of time. The insults only fuel me to think harder. Amusement park won't be cheap. We need Shigeri to pay for us. Question is, what would make her? Oops. Oh, of course. If it has anything to do with the case, Shigeri will be there in the blink of an eye. Well, I wasn't going to mention it since it seemed trivial at the time, but there was a minor lead from today. And you did not think to tell me sooner? Like I said, it felt too trivial for me to mention. Honestly, I don't really want to go to the park, but I felt like it might give us some important information. Well, what was the lead? Ad-libbing in front of a teacher is one thing. But ad-libbing in front of Shigeri is a different matter entirely. Fucking microphone! Sit still. I swear to God. Oh, that's why. Wait, I was able to lay down last night, and it reached... Yeah, fine, go to hell. Ad-libbing in front of a teacher is one thing, but ad-libbing in front of Shigeri is a different matter entirely. I struggle to work past my sluggish brain for the answer. Well, there were some claims that the Yakuza might own the amusement park. Might give us a clue on how students are able to leave campus after curfew. 4 out of 10. Wait, there's no reason for the Yakuza to be affiliated with the disappearances. Well, that would tie 2 controversial pieces of evidence from last week. Really? Ari, amusement park? I shouldn't go. Remember? Surprisingly, Ari's silence only seems to strengthen Shigeri's resolve. Where's the peach? Don't think of it in such a manner. Very well, Ishiyama. Let us depart. Really? And you're paying for everyone? Oh, yes, with your future wages. I'm getting paid. Hey, what's going on up here? Hey! As if there wasn't a party enough, Mr. Ryudo arrives on the scene, brandishing a ruler in his right hand. Is he? Yeah, he's holding something. But I think that's how he always looks. Because the books are the same. He stops short upon seeing our little group. Yama? Hey, Mr. Ryuda. Why, if it isn't the J-Band. What? What's up, Mr. Ryuda? Hey, gents, ladies. What the hell's going on up here? The third floor officers swore up and down that someone was getting murdered. I recall the decibel level of the recent argument and feel slightly guilty. Were we that loud? Loud enough that I'm supposed to give a disturbance warning, apparently. He brandishes a pile of detention notes threateningly. Everyone stiffens, except for Shigeri and me. Probably a bad sign. Oh, please. Oh no, please, Mr. Ryuda. Whatever could be wrong, Miss Oshiro? And with a total lack of elegance, he flings the slips of paper over the banister of the roof. They rain down in shards of flapping pink to the school pool below. Listen, kids. You totally weren't here. The offices were totally just hallucinating. And I totally just did not just toss those detention slips in the pool. Relief pops on everyone's faces. Trust Mr. Ryuda to be the rebel. Now scram before they fire me, alright? I don't need any further encouragement. To the amusement park. Rush away from the rooftop greenhouse and down the stairs. Thankfully, the walk to the amusement park is uneventful. Nobody seems to notice when we pass 6 police cars in the space of half an hour. Why is that odd? Yo, look at that, shit, what are they, Ferris wheel? The gondolas are like crazy close together. The Palace theme park is startlingly successful, considering how recently it was founded. But that can largely be credited due to its cutting-edge attractions. Even minor deals like the hologram park map in every... Even minor details like the hologram park maps in every segment, or the experimental cleaning robots whirring around. Everything makes this place seem like a piece of the future. Looks like Lemnis Gates really outdone themselves. Welcome. How many tickets? Yahiko swaggers to the front of the line, leaning on one elbow against the window. These are all my friends. You can buzz them in, right? Sorry, who are you? The rest of us exchange dubious glances as Yahiko jerks back, clearly shocked. I'm Yahiko Ikari. Who? Yahiko Ikari. You know, the son of the Ikaris? There's a flicker of recognition in the attendant's eyes, but she doesn't budge. I wasn't aware the Ikaris had a son. Of course they do, it's me. Sorry, sir, but do you have any proof? I knew you'd ask. I'll just call him right up. Wait, Yahiko? Confidently dials a number into his phone. We wait, and wait, and wait some more. Then he lowers his phone, looking sheepish. Sorry, they must be busy. But I really am the son of the Ikaris. Look, I have, enough. We're simply wasting time. Shigeri pushes in front of him and hands out her card to the register. Hands out her card as the register racks up to a startling number. Without further ado, we're ushered into the park, but not without some prominent glares from the staff. As we enter the main arena, we're assaulted with smells of oily, overpriced food and the cloying scent of sugar. Shit. Exhausted parents are being dragged from place to place by bouncing, squealing children. What's happening to my mouse? Sorry guys, I really thought I could get us in. Ha! It's, fine. If it wasn't for the fact that his expression is totally serious, I'd probably be mocking him. You can't seriously be the son of some Lemnis Gate higher-ups. Before we proceed any further, I recommend that you all exchange contact information. Obnoxious as it may be, you're now under my jurisdiction, and it's my responsibility to return you all safely. After a moment's pause, everyone moves into action. The only info I need to gather is Ari's. The others seem to be having more difficulty. Won't you bestow upon me the honor of your number, my lady? Oh? This is where your reputation as school princess backfires tremendously. I suppose it wouldn't be much trouble. He eagerly hands his phone to her, where she inputs in her information slowly and agonizingly. Right. I've got an investigation to see to, so here we must part. Honestly, I'm surprised she isn't forcing us to investigate with her, especially considering that she paid. Ari, promise me you shall participate in everything. Thank you. Farewell, duty calls. With that, she races off into the distance, cap bouncing merrily off over her head. For some reason, after everyone's finished exchanging information, they all turn to me, because I'm supposed to decide where to go. Here we are. Not that I was expecting choices, but... Alright. obviously we're gonna do everything. Oops. Let's check out the carousel first. Caught my eye. Ooh, Cap, you see that? I look to where she's rapidly waving her arm and find myself staring at a little carousel. Oh, she's talking about the carousel. I was thinking Ferris wheel. Did I misread that? Whatever. Yeah, it's a bit underwhelming. No, behind it. Behind it. I look up. Behind the kid-friendly circle of ponies is a much larger, much taller carousel with seats rising into the air as it spins. And the seats are dragons. We can fly to the 7th seas and beyond. Cap, who wouldn't want to do that? Probably someone afraid of heights, which no one in the group seems to be. What are your guys' thoughts? Sounds great. You're exempt. You agree to everything Akira says. I so do not. I say we go for it. Trying new things is always... Man, just shut up and do it. I get to have a dragon for a minion? Oh, Ari's hanging out with us? I think that's the whole reason she's doing this detective thing. Just so that this little buddy can have friends. She's friends with a peach. She eats it. It's adorable. Great. Time to ride the spinning wheel of death. It's gotta be safer than a roller coaster, right? We trot briskly, a little too briskly for my tastes, to the line, where Akira points excitedly at the carousel. Hey, Rui? Do you see what I see? I look to where she's pointing. A couple seat, of course. I don't know what you're saying. Why, you and Cap should ride together, of course. Why would I want to ride with Yama? He's so fat. Dude. No, not cool. I'm sure she just meant to say that you're big boned, Cap. That's definitely not what surprised me. I honestly don't see anything of Yama's that can be called fat. So unfair. He doesn't even exercise. I do. Occasion. Yeah, when all the planets align and the blue moon rises. He was as fit as a bull when he was in track. You could be a real hotshot if you joined track again, Cap. Why would I do that? Good aim with firearms is important. What? Oh. She didn't mean that kind of hotshot, Ari. Wait, did Ari say that? Yes, she did. Then what did she mean? Oh. The attendant chooses that moment to raise the barrier. Rui snaps to attention with a grin that's a little too shiny. Oh boy, I guess it's time to go. Sure don't want to hold up the line. I really feel like stretching my legs, like elephant leg room. Solo pod for me. Before anyone else in the group can blink, she immediately leaps into a one-person dragon seat and straps herself in. Why? Behind her, floods of people push past us, struggling to secure the best spots. Huh. Clearly, Rui hasn't watched enough dramas to know what happens when you defy fate. What happens? I have no clue. I haven't watched enough dramas either. You die, murdered in cold blood. Right. You know, You and Rui are really bad at... Are like... Wait. You and Rui are like really bad depth perception. You look like you're really close, but you're actually not. This might be a novel concept, but Rui and I are independent people. Sometimes we like to do things on our own. Why do something on your own when you can do it together? That sounds really unhealthy. Just because you can do something together doesn't mean you should. You strike me as the kind of person who doesn't like to ask for help, Cap. That's awfully random. Not really. See, there's the kind of people that would say, just because you can do something alone doesn't mean you should. That means they can't do anything on their own. Wait, what? See, there's the kind of people who would say, just because you can do something, just because you can do something alone doesn't mean you should. And I replied, that means they can't do anything on their own. Oh, I don't think it's that. What's the point of life if you never affect other people? I've always had terrible reading comprehension, so forgive me if I'm stupid at times. This conversation is taking an interesting turn. I lean in despite myself. What do you mean by that? Well, if you live as a hermit in the Alps and you don't do a single thing, then the world would be the exact same whether you lived or died. So, shouldn't you always be looking to affect other people? Interesting. Crazy Akira has thoughts like these. You could end up having a negative impact, so no, not really. Think about the difference of impact between Stalin versus, I don't know, some random citizen who buys a homeless guy some coffee. But either way, Captain, that random citizen was still affecting humanity. Doing everything alone seems lonely. I paused at that. Yes, it really does. Hey, you two might want to hurry up before the seats are taken. We're on it, Highness. When I look up, I notice all the solo spaces are occupied, leaving only a couple of vehicles. Well, it should be pretty simple. Akira and I can ride together, negating the risk of putting up with some idiot stranger. Akira, which one do you want? What? We're boarding together? What, you'd rather be with a stranger? I always enjoy the opportunity to make someone's day a little more surreal. Usually I'd believe her, but something about her seems unusually fidgety. Come on, I'm not putting up with some random kid who'll barf all over me. I hook my arm around her and pull her into the nearest two-seater. She does not look happy about it, though. A nice gold dragon with overly long lashes to make it look distinctly feminine. She promptly sits down, face completely blank as I strap the seatbelt over. Aww. What's wrong? On the contrary, what's right? Pardon? Nothing. She turns her head and stares resolutely out the window so I can't see her face. I wait for her to start some random conversation, but she says nothing. Akira. No response. The attendant drops by our car and closes the door. She takes one look at Akira, one look at me, and raises an eyebrow. Girlfriend mad, she seems to be saying. I try to shake my hands in the universal, no, this is not my girlfriend, but she seems to take it as, I swear I didn't do anything wrong, and only shakes her head as she walks away. Did I make Akira mad? Akira, are you mad? No. Okay. More silence. Another attendant's voice drones on it as the beginning procedure of the ride. Still nothing from Akari. So how's life? Akira might as well have turned into stone. What happened? The ride starts up in a cranky whirl. Our vehicles begin to pick up speed, rising into the air. As we ascend for a few moments, stopping at nice intermediate points around 10 feet off the ground. Wait, are we on the Ferris wheel or the carousel? Having fun? What is going on? Akira. And they're off. With fine specimens of Draconis Rex gracing the ring. It's no secret that the crowd favorite is the famous Freddy, world champion of the past 120 seasons of the Dragon Races. Why, at this very moment, we can see money exchanging hands because in this fictional world, betting is totally not illegal. She's putting on a... She's trying to hide something. I have no clue where this is coming from, but somehow it's a relief. I'll take a weird Akira over a quiet Akira any day. Still, it doesn't take a genius to notice she's completely ignoring me. She won't even glance in my direction. So, Akira... Come on, Freddy, I didn't raise you to be a loser. Win this race or I'm grounding you for a month. She leans forward and slams a firm hand on the neck of our dragon, which startles me. Our steed flies higher as if in response. That's more like it. Show me that my life savings spent on JPDA certified grass-fed gluten-free organic carrots will pay dividends. The carrots are grass-fed? Aren't carrots for horses? Some dragons are vegetarian. Are you mocking their dietary sacrifices? I really didn't peg you for such a dragoness person. What? You see, I am the esteemed Sir Angel, trainer of dragons worldwide. And you are just insignificant little Sir Caraway. Sir Angle and Sir Caraway. Why those names? I'm Angle, because I want to be an Angle. Wait. I'm Angle because I want to be an angel, but no matter how close I get, I can't. And you're Caraway because whenever you have a care, throw it away. At this, Akira seems to renew her determination to ignore me, because she turns forward again, renewing the scolding of her erstwhile dragon. Freddy, you must redeem yourself. There's rising newcomers on the scene, you know. Backwater talent like Rakef, Liftable, and Hagen are taking their respective nations by storm. Don't tell me that your age is getting to you. I mean, it's been around for at least 120 years, apparently. It's pretty old by my standards. The end is in sight. Go for the finish, Freddy. But just as she stands up in her seat, only to be stopped by a belt, and waves one arm dramatically forward, the ride begins to slowly lower, pulling back in speed. No! But yes, our time on the ride has come to an end, judging from the declaration. It seems to push Akira into a frenzy. I should have known. If you are where you eat, and Freddy just became JPDA's certified grass-fed gluten-free organic carrot. And no race can be won by that. She still doesn't look at me, even as she unbuckles the seatbelt and jumps out of the vehicle. Barely catch her arm as she leaves. Akira, what's the big deal? You let go of that arm, Cap. She suddenly sounds very, very serious. I let go of her arm. You're avoiding me, aren't you? Avoiding your face is very different from avoiding you, Cap. Huh? It means that it's time to meet up with the others. Did she think I was going to try to kiss her? She bounds away before I can stop her. Great, so I have to follow along. The rest of the group has reconvened by the map. Some noticeably more thrilled than the others. How was it, Rui, being in a pod by yourself? Oh, not you too, Miki. Akira, how was it for you? Me? Well, I had fun. I sat in a pod with this kid who I convinced to check out Govermecker. Yeah, I'm sure it was good and all, but why don't we do something more exciting? The clamor of the group is starting to get to me, so I focus on Masato's statement. What'd you suggest we try? You pick something, man. Thanks. Delegation at its finest. Right. Guess it's time to take another look at this map. So, are we gonna get to go through everything? I feel like since he asked, we should do something he would like laser tag. A large dome at the corner of the map catches my eye. I tap it for more details. Ultimate Laser Tag Center, brought to you by Lemniscate Site Code. Lemniscate Site Code? That's the glasses, right? They're goggles with interactive displays. It gives you stats and targeting cursors and a mini-map, so it feels like you're in a video game. Really? Yeah, we gotta give it a try. And he races off to the laser center without a second glance. I guess we're going there. Thankfully, no one seems to have any objections. We arrive at the attraction without any interruptions. We're admitted fairly quickly. I just got the thought that maybe fuck's her name, Shigeri is like following us and just watching us, being a total weirdie. Okay, we need 2 team captains. Me and fucking what's his name? Something with an S? Masato. Hell yeah. Anyone who wants to win, join me. We'll be great at not only shooting stuff, but solving stuff. Join the Harvard Assassination Crew today. Harvard Assassination Crew? What the hell kind of name is that? Well, that's one team captain. Who shall dare contest him? He bellows this out like an announcer of some twisted reality show. Really? I will. It's preferable to following an incompetent leader. Her enthusiasm is overwhelming. Well, the captains have been selected, so without further ado, it's time to start the draft. Captain Kirigane, you may pick your first minion. Rui. Really? That was quick. I get where he's coming from. Rui's thoughtful, but can be quick on her feet. Should be a good pick. God damn it. Same time, I don't see the rush to pick her first. Not like Elizabeth would ever select her. Oh, I hope that the Peach girl doesn't get picked last. I Fair choice. Hayata is now aligned with the Harvard assassination crew. Captain Oshiro, it's your turn. You may pick 2 minions as per drafting rules. Official drafting rules for laser tag? Can't hurt. Oshiro, clock's ticking. Elizabeth rolls her eyes but glances between the remaining participants. There's only one that she can't pick so far. Misaki. That's Kazehana. I might just start saying Kazehana because for some reason that name is like more prominent in my head and I keep almost calling it that. I don't know, we'll just play it by ear. For the, Resistance. We're the Resistance. What? Why the Resistance? I always wanted to be part of a resistance. Kazehaya has joined the Resistance. We are not the Resistance. But I want to be part of a resistance. It's up to me to choose whether you're in the resistance or not. So it is the resistance. We're not a resistance. Thankfully, the clamor dies down when Yaika raises a hand. You may pick one more minion, unless you wish to give up your advantage. Never. Considering that getting her here was akin to pulling teeth, she's remarkably engaged in all the activities. I choose me. Her eyes pass over Akari and flinch at Yahiko. For a few seconds, they flicker between me and Ari. Yama, get over here. Everyone falls to silence. For a long moment, all that can be heard is the faint hum of the overhead lights. You're serious? What? I wasn't exactly happy with Yama earlier today. Can't I pick who I want? I'm the captain. You want him? Not like that. I just want to win. Is that so wrong? No, nothing wrong at all. Guess we better get this show on the road, eh, folks? Captain Kiragane, your selection, you may choose 2 minions. Well, ain't you playing? That I am. Come on over here to the Harvard assassination crew. Sweet. As Yahiko skips on over, Rui gestures wildly to Masato, tiptoeing to whisper in his ear. After a brief second, he nods. Ari. Yay! Aww. Little peachy goofball. Ari only blinks for a moment, but at Rui's friendly wave, she travels to Masato's group, which places Karube on the resistance by default. Wait, who's Karube? It is not the resistance. So, without further ado, let's get this game underway. Don your gear, players. We'll see you on the fields of justice. With that, Masato leads his group to snatch up lightweight vests and goggles and dash into the black room. Elizabeth gathers us into a tight circle, her expression unreadable. Right. I believe it would be of optimal efficiency to place 2 members on assault, one on defense and one as an intermediary. Misaki, what do you think of defense? Probably because she trusts Misaki the most. Excellent idea. Good. Yama and I shall lead assault. Probably because she wants to keep an eye on me. Akira. Is she gonna sacrifice me? Leave it to me. Top tier intermediary coming right up. What does an intermediary do? As we have 2 members on assault, we'll mainly be covering for Misaki. However, Misaki will generally stay in one location while you run patrols. Gotcha. Mediocre class intermediary coming right up. Elizabeth clearly ignores this. Instead, she heads to the rack, tossing vests and goggles at us. Yama? Yes, Your Highness? Don't be stupid. Yes, Your Highness. Although, that might prove to be too difficult for you. I feel inspired already. Right, we've wasted enough time. Let's go... Wait, what about the team chant? Don't need one. She moves to the door, but Akira tugs on her elbow. We can't start a war without a chant. It would be a travesty. Apparently, it would be a travesty if we used our time efficiently. Oh, come on, team bonding is just as important as tactics and individual skill. Fine. Make it quick. Akira salutes her with a cheery wink and gathers us into a huddle. She speaks breathlessly, her eyes shining with enthusiasm. The day may come when the courage of men fails. Quickly, I said. Blah, blah, blah. This day we fight. Long live the resistance. Ah, heck, why not? Long live the resistance. Let's go, go, go. Deploy, deploy, deploy. Oh shit. I don't know why it's funny seeing the HUD like that. We bolt into the dark room in our vests. As we're swallowed in blackness, I slip my goggles over my eyes. The interface immediately switches on, providing me with slick infographics and motion cursors. I feel like we're probably gonna win. Oh, I don't know though. They do have Masato. Maybe whatever. In the upper left, I see team portraits that light up with each member. As each member speaks. Oh, looks like site code comes with comms. There's also a map, health count, ammo count, and a location notifier. Except I'm missing a bullet. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Wait, what? Whoa. These are stunning. Cool. I gotta get me one of these. Are we in the lunchroom? Why are we in the lunchroom? Presently, a hum washes over the large chamber and the walls come to life. No, it says come to life. With the images of the Academy cafeteria. Whoa, a live simulation? Lemniscate is truly ahead of their time. Let's get to our positions. Despite her brusque words, her face is open in wonder. Seems like she's also a fan. Who wouldn't be? As we head to our places, the intercom cuts in with a mechanical sounding female voice. Welcome to the field, Blue Team. This is a standard capture the flag game. Best of 1. Your Lemniscate site codes display your health. Let it fall too far, and you shall be disqualified for the rest of the match. You should also note that your ammunition is limited. Use it wisely. As Akira and Misaki split towards our base on the rooftop, Elizabeth motions me to a corner at the perimeter. Wait, no. Because they got Ari the trump card. Ooh, are we gonna make out? Stuff it. This is the way to their base. A quick glance at the mini-map confirms her claim. When the game starts, we go together, but cautiously. Isn't it better to attack from two different directions? Who's captain again? Oh, I see. You do want to make out. Stop it! Bloody gallivanting mug. Off your trolleys. Stonking great ego. I can only grin at her as the intercom flickers to life. All players are within their team zone. The game will begin in 10 seconds. Wait. Okay, so I guess the school is in District 4. That's an interesting, cheerio to you, good chap. 8 seconds. I say, this ought to be a jolly good show. 5 seconds. I'm right knackered, I am. Yama. You called, Your Highness? She pauses for a moment, clearly struggling to keep a hold of herself. She's gonna throw me in to get killed or be a sacrifice or something. Do you know why I put you on assault with me? To make me miserable? Because, for some reason, the tiniest part of me believed that you might actually be great at it. Her words freeze me to the ground. My mind runs blank. I can only stare at her in disbelief. 0 seconds. The match has begun. A high-toned bell rings throughout the room. Elizabeth turns her attention to the corridors. Let's go. She stalks to the courtyard. Even as I follow her, my thoughts are a jumble in my head. Great at it? Great at anything? How could I be great at anything? I can't even do anything mildly well. Great? And why would Elizabeth tell me so? Girl who hates my guts. Girl whose guts I hate. 'Cause she doesn't hate you! God. Why would she say that I could be great at something? Stop. Oh. She throws out her hand. It collides with my chest, sending a rush of sparks up my spine. Quickly step back, shaking the feeling off. There. Yahiko Ikari. I can't call him by his full name. I turn to where she's pointing. Yahiko is seated on an artificial ledge, his gun on his lap. How foolish. He won't even be able to shoot back. I don't know. I think he's just playing a decoy. Guess we better take care of him. I swiftly raise my gun, but Elizabeth slaps at my hand. Hold your gun properly. Excuse me, Your Highness. Didn't realize the laser tag had rules of combat. It can only help your accuracy, you know. She raises her own gun, her voice lowering to a concentrated whisper. Steady breathing, proper stance and grip are important, but a good trigger pull is what can make or break it. Damn. Her posture shifts carefully, as if gunning someone down was a common occasion. With laser-like focus, she finally moves her finger to the trigger. One sharp flick of the trigger. The trigger clicks and Yahiko immediately jolts up, hands flying to his goggles. Oh, somebody shot me! Huh. That should have been a fatal shot. Laser tag would be really short with fatal shots. Oh, be useful and shoot something. I obligingly poke my gun out of the hole and fire blindly. Aha! There you are. Not what I had in mind. You have a mind? Shut up and run. Was that a smile? We race through the obstacles as shots sound all around us. Finally, we find an out-of-the-way corner where we pause to catch our breaths. Right, we must have a new plan. Such as... Yahiko's the only person on defense, and we pass no intermediaries on our way here. Paired with Masado's personality, it's highly likely that 3 people are on assault. So Misaki will be overrun. They probably have the flag by now. Oddly enough, I can respect her at the moment. She seems to know what she's doing. Where does that leave us? We'll have to kill them on their way back. Akira, come in. What's your status? Akira! Oh, come on. Oh. Their comms must have been shot before they could alert us. We're on our own. So what's the plan? We take the red flag and sprint back to our base as soon as possible. I'll hold them off while I can. That's suicide. She draws her chin up and gestures to the entrance. Then it shall be a worthy sacrifice. Now go, and don't look back. Every passing second is a second wasted. The pulsing warble of laser guns draws closer. I obligingly dive around the corner and scoop the flag into my arm as Elizabeth screams, "Long live the resistance!" Maybe she's taking this a little too seriously. Oh, she's having fun. Leave her alone. I guess it's up to me to get our flag back to the base before Masado gets back to his. I sprint at full pace, winding through the simulated campus as I hear Elizabeth goading the other team into chasing her. Nice. With the flag in tow, I haphazardly make my way back to base. I've only got so much time before Elizabeth is shot. Oh, I'm hit. Looks like Masado actually left someone behind as a guard. Yup. I swing around just in time to see a small figure diving behind cover. Shit, my health's at 50%. At the very least, I've still got a few chances left. Admittedly, laser tag would be pretty boring if it followed a one-shot, one-kill system. My grip on the pistol tightens as I peer from my little refuge. I line up my aim so that if the guard emerges, I have the chance to take him down first. No! I can't react fast enough. Neither of those shots hit the guard. Neither of those shots hit when the guard darted from cover to cover. 4 shots left. Feels like I couldn't hit them even if my gun was full. God damn it. Fucking Ari, down to 25% health. Maybe 20 meters away from capturing the flag. After all of Elizabeth's hard-earned work, too. Fuck it. I charge towards the back table, ignoring the danger behind me. Standing around like that's just gonna get me killed. Dive behind the nearest piece of cover as I hear the enemy's laser pistol blare to life. It's down to the wire now. Final chance, right? Stand up, blindly firing my remaining shots at the figure that's just a few feet away. The figure drops their gun in defeat as a dead icon pops up over them. Aww, I'm dead. Oh man, I love that Peach too much. With that, Ari places her gun on a nearby bench and pulls out a peach to munch on without a second thought. Apparently getting killed doesn't mean much. It was somewhat anticlimactic. Especially how lucky I was to have shot her despite me firing haphazardly. Beggars can't be choosers though. Fucking run! I There you go. Promptly plant the red flag at our stand. It glows in response, and after a second of humming, clicks into place. A clear, high tone brings the game to a close. I fucking love that peach. Shut up, telephone. Oh man. It's the faraway one. Ugh. Victory to blue. Wait, were we blue? Ah, yeah. The hell? Please exit the room. But I got the flag. Please stop arguing with an artificial voice and exit the room. Masado's grumbling is prominent, but I notice dark shapes converging at the exit. Guess I'd better follow them. I love that peach. It takes a few moments to adjust to the blinding sunlight. Still, everyone seems to be fairly happy. Everyone except Masato, of course. We're the rightful winners. Well, we would have been if someone didn't go on a wild goose chase instead of returning the flag. Was gonna. As soon as I caught up to the trash talker, I mean. Elizabeth? Then you probably shouldn't complain. Amidst the commotion, I noticed that Elizabeth is strangely quiet. I was expecting her to gloat with her victory, maybe toss in a few snappish better-than-thou comments here or there. But she's just standing by the map, a faraway look in her eyes, as her lips are pulled into a smile. Well, it couldn't be helped. We had the best leader, you know. I bet Yama took charge. Oh no, we were led to victory beneath the banner of the wise Elizabeth Oshiro. She came up with all those fancy tactics and everything. To everyone's surprise, why is Elizabeth's face like that? Elizabeth blushes slightly and lowers her head. Oh, really? Good job. Thank you. Somehow those simple words feel like more than a compliment. Yeah, let's keep going. I'll get my revenge. Oh, I'm counting on it. Thankfully, the conflict feels teasing rather than biting. I return to the map with a smile to pick out the next destination. Yeah, I guess we get to do everything. Let's see. I want to save the Ferris wheel. I guess I get the tech sandbox and bot fight arena out of the way because they sound boring. No, the tech showcase would be boring. Look at that, a tech promotion. He points excitedly at the map, reading in a clear, loud voice. Grab a group of friends. See into each other's phones. See the truth. Conquer the world. That just sounds like all layers of sketchy. I'm not crazy about that idea. But think how much power you can have. If you know what everyone wants, you can be the most powerful king on the planet. Wait, what did I pick? He excitedly runs off before I can call a vote. Exasperated, I turn to the rest of the group. Are we really doing this? It's sponsored by the park. It's bound to be safe. We'll have the opportunity to see some state-of-the-art tech. Park doesn't concern me. I know they have to deal wisely with the proceedings or they'll land in some deep trouble. Now, I'm far more worried about what our group will do with the information they get from one another. Uh-oh. We drop into the tiny air-conditioned facility following Yahiko's heels. The area is full of commotion, primarily from other young adults laughing, shouting, and clearly trying to embarrass each other with freshly gathered dirt. Hey everyone, Guess who Yukiko likes? Shut up. Yeah, what exactly is this exhibit about? Ahiko's already chatting up one of the attendants. He returns to us in a few minutes, bouncing eagerly on his toes. Okay, so here's how it works. We each have an opportunity to do a little digging on the other for a few minutes. Wait. Oh, so when they said sandbox, I was thinking like, like a sandbox type game. Call it a sandbox because you're digging for dirt on other people. Then we engage in an ultimate battle of wits by running a campaign for dictator of the world. Wait, slow down. What exactly do you mean? Well, we use the information we learn to convince each other to vote for us. Like, we can blackmail each other or make some kind of promise. Uh-oh. I'm already blackmailing somebody. Wait, what? How will we do that? I've just met some of you today, after all. Oh, don't worry, Miki. Usually, Lemniscape phones have really advanced security features so they can't be hacked. The only visible information is what users want to share. Yeah, they'd like us to believe that, wouldn't they? Gonna see if I can get away with eating candy while I'm doing this. Well, guess what? Here we can choose to lower that security and look into each other's phones. Location information, browsing history, user statistics, even message and call history, all at your fingertips. What part of this sounds fun? Are we even speaking the same language? I think this candy's old. Well, in that case, it sounds interesting. I thoroughly agree. Ha! I got nothing to hide. Sounds like a party and a half. Guess that settles it. What's going on? Don't they understand the danger? Is everyone sadistic? I'm reminded of the time when Yahiko wanted to jump off the roof to test if he could fly with umbrellas. Him and his supposedly brilliant ideas. I've done that. I think everyone's done that. Right? Tried to... I guess you didn't expect to actually fly, but... whatever. I send some quiet thanks to whoever decided to build the pool straight below the... Wait, did I fall? Fucking... I send some quiet thanks to whoever decided to build the pool straight below the railing. Guys? Sweet. Misaki, would you mind alerting that fine lady of our decision? Misaki obediently runs off and grabs the attendant and starts to outline the rules. First phase of the game would involve 10 minutes of concentrated research. All firewalls down, everyone would look into one another's phones. The second phase of the game would involve utilizing that information in an attempt to gather a following of minions. What exactly that entails, nobody knows. It's probably intentionally vague to leave room for interpretation. It sounds like a game around as fishy as the technique it's using, so I seize the opportunity to sit back and run the timer. Wait, what? I'm curious of what my friends might be hiding, but not enough to sacrifice my own privacy. Really, so I'm gonna sit this out? Right, are we all ready? Yama's being a party pooper. But aside from that, we're good. I don't think he has anything to hide. I mean, it's me, right? Embrace the future, Yama. This is the ideal of technology. I'm gonna stick with pen and paper, thanks. What are you, an old man? Yeah, I don't even play on the Twitter. You don't even use pen and paper. What if I had a pen that worked? Oh, my eyes. Feels so good to just rub the shit out of your eyes sometimes. You can always, I don't know, buy one. Why would I do that? Oh, come on, let's just get started. Yama isn't gonna join us. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Despite the climactic setup, the group proceeds to simply squat down and scroll rapidly through their phones. The silence is brief. Only a few seconds pass before Misaki's face drops in horror. Icon phones? Who would bother purchasing an icon phone? Just beside her, Yahiko erupts into glee. You knew it. It was right all along. Interesting. Come to think of it, Misaki and Yahiko would be the best at gathering phone information. They know their electronics inside and out. Masato, on the other hand... Damn. Can I use this for anything other than phone calls? Rui and Akira aren't having much more luck. Where do I start? Internet search history? Purchase records? None of this stuff is juicy. Where's the questions about the meaning of life? Ari is silent as always. I have no doubt she can secure the information she needs. She seems very capable in that regard. The problem for her will be presenting that information in the right way. 5 minutes. Already? Let's see. Yes, definitely. Ha! I shall rule the world. Why ain't anyone else using a running app? Governmecker. 3 things every girl wants in a guy. Governmecker. My phone buzzes in my hand like a miniature death knell. Time's up. Group explodes in a frenzy, practically lunging at each other with streams of words that sound like presidential campaign statements. I'll, throw lots of festivals if I get elected. Sorry, I'm not interested. Are you and your friend fighting over a guy? Oh my dear. What would make you say that? Because she is super observant. Your search history. What to do if you and your bestie like the same guy. Love triangle solutions. How to stop liking. It's drama club research, I tell you. Aww. It's a regular pattern. Searched every few months since last year. The most recent search was... Wave the white flag of surrender. I concede. You have won this day. Ari smiles with innocent satisfaction as Akira registers her fingerprint for an official counter. And is she gonna eat a peach? Huh. So blackmail is an acceptable way to gather minions, not just fictional promises. Are you gonna glance over the fact... There you go. Wait, what did Ari mean when she said like the same person? Masato, join me and I'll advocate for track. You think I'm that easy? Hell no. Masato, can you pretty please join me? I'll advocate for track. Oh, okay. What? Looks like personal preferences have a large impact too. Eventually, my eyes land on Yahiko. In this setting, his usually grating egotism gives him a nice sheen of confidence. In fact, he seems to be doing better than anyone else. Say, Ari, When I get elected, I'll make video game class mandatory at the academy. And just like that, she registers her fingerprint. What? Video games? Rui, if you join me, I'll give childhood friends a special legal status. What? Deal. Why would she want that? What kind of legal privileges could you even award to childhood friends? Masato, my man. If you think I'm gonna be easy, man, you got another thing coming. I'll run a huge fundraiser for track by using my special access to lemniscate technology. And another fingerprint registration. Yahiko's knocking everybody out like bowling pins. Elizabeth, I'll make Yama take private tutoring for the rest of the semester. Well said. You're in my vote. Elizabeth, I'm both shocked and not shocked at all. Wait, at this rate, Yahiko's gonna win. Akira, I can provide lessons on love in... Don't say it. Take my vote, take it. But you already voted for what's-her-face. Last opponent is Misaki, who's also been disturbingly productive in the campaign game. She greets him with a smile. I am not easily overpowered. This is gonna have something to do with this web series. Neither am I, Misaki. Shall we draw our swords simultaneously? A duel amongst dancing cherry blossoms. Wait, is this a samurai flick? They crouch forward slightly like they're going to physically lunge for each other's throats. A moment of silence passes between them, even as the others in the group continue to campaign to one another. Then Misaki and Yahiko both burst into action, practically screaming at the top of their lungs. Corporations will mandate required vacation time for employees with families. What? I would have said that, but instead of with families on the moon. Social Security will redefine parental negligence. Oh. Well, there's some backstory about her mom that we didn't know. For a moment, they only stand there, equally surprised at the other's statement. Vacation time. Parental negligence? Why do I suddenly feel like I know nothing about them? They couldn't be playing around, right? No, judging from their expressions, they're completely serious. Shouldn't be surprised. There's bound to be a lot of stuff I don't know. My friends have their own lives, and I have mine. In fact, they probably don't have any idea how Shigeri and I know each other. It's fine, some things are none of their business, some things are none of my business. It's all well and good. But it still really bothers me. I know it's childish. I know that I made myself stay out of this game. No one kicked me out. I could learn just as much about Misaki as Yahiko did. Really, I have no one to blame but myself. Your strike found an adequate mark, son of Ikari. As did yours, daughter of Kazuhaya. You have trained well. Alright, there's a samurai duel going on. However, I concede that your blow found a vital organ, while mine only made its mark on a limb. I concede this round. She presses her finger against his phone to register her print. The moment she does so, a tone sounds by the attendant's booth. Jesus Christ. Congratulations, Yahiko Ikari. You have won your election unanimously. All seriousness melts from Yahiko's face, replaced with shining pride. I'm a dictator now? You are. Oh boy. I really thought it would feel more awesome. Well, you get a prize. 1 free year of Lem Cloud Premium. I don't know what that means. I don't know what this means, but it causes Misaki to stand bolt upright and lean forward in anticipation. Clearly, she's regretting that she conceded. Oh, thanks, but I already have permanent free premium. This is what happens when you're the son of 2 rulers. Actually, when I think about it, it really is like that. It really is likely that Yahiko is the son of some influential people. From the sound of it, people who work at Lemniscate. He has an insane number of shoes that are all designer brands made in Italy. And he's attending the academy without any scholarships, judging from his grades. And he doesn't seem to have any financial worries. Or life worries in general. Maybe he really is the son of some higher-ups at Lemniscate. I'll take it. Go ahead. She eagerly retrieves the gift code from the attendant as the rest of us are ushered out the door. Yay! Oh, but we learned some stuff that we're not gonna... I guess we'll go over it eventually. Elizabeth seems refreshed on the activity. Rui looks like she enjoyed herself. Wait, Elizabeth didn't really... Whatever. Akira and Masudo, on the other hand... Bleh. There's always a tomorrow. Hell yeah! And they're fine. Manipulating people doesn't seem to be their kind of game. Actually, what surprised me the most was that Yahiko did so well. Not only was he efficient in his research, but he knew which arguments to use and how to present them. Say, Yahiko, you haven't gone to, I don't know, prep school or anything, right? Prep school? You know, where you learn etiquette, politics, how to talk to people, more specifically, how to manipulate people. Why would I do that? My natural genius is enough. It's just one of the many advantages of being born in Ikari, my dear minion. My blood is superior. Right. I'm suddenly sorry I asked. Sorry, I'm here. Wait. Should we get going? She looks pointedly at me, like I'm supposed to decide her next destination. Oh, duh. Wait, am I? Well, no one else is budging, so I guess it's up to me. Okay, so... I guess that revealed something interesting, but... I didn't have a lot of fun. So let's do the tower drop. Wait, what do they normally call that? I forget. It's like they put you in this thing that goes 100 feet up into the air and then it drops and everybody is like kinda in 0G until it hits the ground and makes a really sharp right angle. Now, I guess they wouldn't let you float around like that because you get fucked up. Several terrified screams from nearby turned my attention to a tower of twisted metal that seems to stretch to the sky. Masudo eagerly nudges me in the ribs, pointing frantically at said tower of twisted metal. Hey Yama, you and me. What? The tower drop, man. No. There are more elegant ways of suicide, you know. It ain't suicide, it'll be awesome. Clearly his definition of awesome vastly differs from mine. Or any sane person's definition of awesome. I don't think there was a roller coaster, so I guess this is the biggest thrill ride we're gonna get. Have fun. No, you gotta come with me. Why? It's destiny, man. Can't you hear it calling you? The ground is calling me more. Stop babying around. Think of it this way. Gravity's acceleration is 9.8 meters per second squared, and that tower is maybe 125 meters high. If we plug it in to figure out the ending velocity of a falling object, we'll get the square root of 2 times 9.8. Wait. The square root of 2 times 9.8 times 125, which is 1,225, and that gets us 49.5 meters per second. Bam! Our ending velocity is 49.5 meters per second downward. Neglecting air resistance, of course. How fast is meters per second? Then we plug that into the time equation. To get that time, we gotta divide our velocity numbers by gravity numbers. So 49.5 divided by 9.8, which gives us something around 5.05 seconds. This all means that if the tower breaks, you'll only be terrified out of your wits for 5 seconds before you die a quick and painless death. Thanks, that's really reassuring. Honestly, that's something that would reassure me. Still, the sudden display of intelligence leaves everyone in shocked silence. Masato easily grasps me by the arms and lugs me to the tower. Sometimes I think that Masato's a lot smarter than I give him credit for. Why isn't anyone else coming? I feel an impending sense of doom as the attendant straps me in the tower seat, leaving my legs dangling in thin air. I don't see why anyone would do this for fun. Being terrified is fun, man. Yeah, masochist. My stomach lodges in my throat as our seat begins to rise. I note that there is a hyperventilating girl to my left, and further down a kid who looks like he's about to vomit. You should calm down, man. You look like Lil Habiki. Habi what? Habiki, my bro. 8 years old. Oh, I didn't know you had a little brother. He's got lots of more to spare. 4 little tykes to look after. Oh, wait a minute. 4 siblings? Really didn't know? Who in their right mind would have 5 children? 8, technically, but the older ones are in college. You realize that just makes things more outrageous, right? How could 2 people possibly take care of 8 children? Saying that Mom and Pa didn't raise us right? Well, honestly, if every member of their family is as capable as Masada, I'd be terrified of how much power they'd have. I wish it wasn't making that goddamn noise. What was it like growing up? Oh, it was amazing. We learned how to fight tooth and nail for our survival. Is that psychologically healthy? How'd you survive? Competitions, man. Alright. That has gotta go. Shush. Alright. I'll have to go back and change that after this is over. Things are beginning to make a lot more sense. So, you had to fight for your food when you were a baby? Nah, Ma fed me then. What about when you were a toddler? Oh, come on. No Kiragani's gonna lets another Kirigani starve. Then why did you have competitions at all? Ha! I get you now, Yama. Kinda was thinking, why don't you try at anything? But I get it now. It's 'cause you don't want anything. Something about his words cut deeper than I expected. What does it have anything to do with food competitions? Easy. We all wanted desserts, so we all fought for them. So you split the regular food, but fought for treats? Yup. Nothing else. Talking with Masato helps distract me from the dizzying plunge beneath my feet. I search for more questions to keep my mind occupied. How did your parents manage to feed 8 children? The older ones work, including me. You have a job? Track is my job. You get paid? You get a scholarship, same thing. How will you pay for college? Also scholarship. I need a full ride. Nothing less can do. Can't help but feel undeservedly privileged. I've never had to worry about money. Even during Isamu's down points. Is that what all your siblings have done? It's the Kirigani tradition, man. Maya's the oldest. She trained herself in Taekwondo till she could work and pay for her own lessons. Got a scholarship to Seoul Uni after she won nationals. And Yudai. First off, this ride does not take this long to get to the top. And Yudai, he's second oldest, prodigy at piano. Played in the music shop because Ma and Pa ain't got one. Happened to run into some dude from Juilliard. Next thing you know, he's got a plane ticket to New York. Slouch and shock. From the sounds of it, the Kiriganis could conquer the universe if they so desired. So what? Here it comes, man. Brace yourself. He clutches to his armrest as our seats begin to plummet to the ground. While I've never had a huge aversion to heights, a sudden change of momentum twists my gut knots. Vertigo throws me into nausea as wind screams past my ears and into my hair. Yeah! After a long moment, I finally reach the bottom, somehow still in one piece. Now that's a ride. Now a ride straight to hell. Okay, we can have our sound effects back. The instant the attendant releases us, we bolt back to the comfort of safety on shaky knees. Well, look who's back. Haha, shut up. But you look like you were having so much fun. You want to go, Rui? No, I'm totally fine. Actually, I think she'd love to go. Come on, Rui. No, I'm very much fine. Hey, Yama, let's pick something. I don't mind waiting if you really want to go on. No, Miki then. Wait, what? I smirk at her obvious discomfort, but obligingly turn back to the map. They use that word an awful lot. Alright. So we got one boring thing and two not boring things. My eyes are drawn to a large, oddly shaped building at the center of the map. It's clearly the biggest attraction in the park. What exactly do they have at this tech expo? Haven't saved in a while. You mean what don't they have? You can pretty much find every Lemniscate device on display there. even their new stuff that hasn't been released yet. Considering the building's size, I can see how they can accommodate it all. It says here they're holding some kind of lottery drawing for weed. Double check to see whether I read that correctly. Surely they don't mean what I'm thinking, do they? What? Why would they be giving that away at a drawing? I'm puzzled as well. It's probably an acronym. Someone mind explaining what this WEED is? WEED is just an acronym for Wall Electric Energy Director. It's a new Lemniscape cell phone that can run on power from a wall socket even without a battery. So, kind of like Nikola Tesla's maybe greatest invention, but on a very tiny scale. Sounds like an underwhelming feature to be so hyped about. We should go. This is an opportunity to introduce you to the world of technology, Yama. I feel like you just want to go for this weed. Not at all. I only suggest this for your sake. If you stay ignorant about today's technological innovations, you're no better than a Neanderthal. They did invent the wheel, so it's not like they weren't smart. In response to my sarcasm, Misaki looks me dead in the eye. It's the same glare she used to give me before she dragged me somewhere against my will. We're going. Just as I predicted, she takes a hold of my arm, pulling me towards the direction of the expo. Is that what they mean by character zoom? What about the others? Oh, I'm sure they'll follow. No need to worry about them. Hey, this is the same background as the sandbox thing. Once we dart into the building, I immediately noticed the area is way too crowded for my liking. A stream of people push their way through the check-in lines, eager to receive admission. The scene is reminiscent of a herd of wildebeests flocking a water hole. Man, nobody knows fucking wildebeests from their own personal life to be using it in a sentence like that. Glance back to check up on our group, but they're nowhere in sight. I think we've lost the others. Good. With them gone, we'll have a better chance at winning the lottery drawing. I don't know if you noticed, Miki, but the odds aren't exactly in our favor. You must first play the game to win the game, Miyama. That sounds like something a gambling addict would say. Knowing my comment, she quickly takes her place in line. I'm a little surprised she doesn't force her way to the front. Luckily, it's not long before we're called next. The attendant prompts us to hold out our wrists, giving us a pair of metallic wristbands. Imprinted on them are a set of numbers, which I presume are for the drawing. Take another hesitant glance around before entering the expo. There are way too many people in here. Do you want to hold hands? What? Why? To prevent us from being separated. Why else? Does she like me too? I know that sounds really conceited, but I don't know. Given the parameters of the game and the fact that two of the main cute characters have more than a passing fancy for me. Whatever. Without waiting for an answer, Misaki intertwines her slender fingers around mine and quickly leads me through the crowds. This feels familiar. Firm grip, her brisk pace, her resolve despite my hesitation. After all these years, Misaki hasn't changed at all, has she? She She's still the same zealous girl who would drag me everywhere she went. A sense of nostalgia causes me to grin. Honestly, I miss this. Misaki suddenly stops dead in her tracks, breaking me from my reminiscence. This looks interesting. She stands before a large rack displaying an array of peculiar-looking goggles. There's an exaggerated curve to their lenses, making them appear bulky. After examining them for a moment, Misaki grabs a pair and tries them on. They practically cover half of her face. Wait, what are we picking up? Goggles. What is? See for yourself. Are they X-ray glasses? She removes her goggles and slips them onto my face. I feel awkwardly large and must look equally as ridiculous. There are 3 video monitors displayed inside the goggles lenses, giving me a panoramic view of my surroundings. I feel Misaki's hand brush against my cheek as she adjusts something on the side of the goggles. As she does so, the cameras zoom in and out of focus. They're called dragonfly lenses. They're sort of like panoramic binoculars. That's kinda cool. They're kind of impractical to wear though. I remove the goggles and hand them back to her. She twirls them between her fingers, inspecting them closely. Maybe they're built to be sturdy. Oh, I guess that would make sense. Then let's try it out, shall we? Crunch! Misaki draws back her arm and suddenly hurls them on the ground. Dude, I was kidding. Thankfully, they don't seem to break, but I can't help gasp in surprise. What the hell do you think you're doing? Just wanted to see if they were sturdy. Duh. You didn't have to smash them on the ground. What if they broke? Then we'd have been in deep trouble, wouldn't we? This girl, I swear she does these kinds of things just to mess with me. Before I can express my annoyance, a nearby commotion grabs my attention. I wonder what that's about. With mouths agape, a group of people are fixated on a large object hovering a few meters above their heads. It zigzags haphazardly in the air as it comes dangerously close from colliding into them. Is it a drone? Yes. Yes, it is. Watch out! Oh! One swift motion, the drone changes course and it flies straight towards us. I'm barely able to push Misaki out of the way as it spirals into the display rack. Shards of metal and glass of the drone slide across the floor, but the goggles remain relatively undamaged. Seems they are pretty sturdy. Are you two alright? God damn it. As Misaki and I... Alright, I just had to double check. I was afraid I've been saying it wrong this whole time. A woman jogs over. Judging by her uniform, she must be one of the attendants running the expo. Yeah, we're fine, I think. I look over at Misaki, who nods her head in confirmation. The woman breathes a sigh of relief at this, bowing her head apologetically. God damn it! What that is, by the way, I keep accidentally right-clicking. And that happens when I right-click. So I'm gonna move my hand over to the spacebar. Terribly sorry. We were performing a demonstration and then the drone stopped responding to our remote commands. Demonstration? Oh yes, would you like to visit our booth? The least I can do is give you a demonstration of our tech. Not sure how that would compensate for almost killing us with one of your drones. Obama! Of course. Misaki, however, doesn't seem to mind. Wonderful. If you two would please follow me, I'll show you the way. After navigating our way past the crowds, we come to a stop at a large military-themed booth. It's impressive, to say the least. There are a number of electronics scattered about, but I haven't a clue what any of them are supposed to be. It's almost like someone dumped a pile of scrap parts together and claimed it was state-of-the-art equipment. Maybe I really am a Neanderthal who doesn't understand technology. Meh. The attendant places the drone, or rather what's left of it, on the counter. She takes a moment to examine the inside of the machine. With solemn expression, she mumbles something under her breath. The Akaris are definitely not going to like this. Did you hear her say the Akaris? Excuse me, do you mind telling us about them? About who? The Akaris. Oh, they're part of Lemniscate's board of directors. This expo is sponsored by them, believe it or not. They're board of They're a board of directors of Lemniscate? If Yahika is actually related to them, why aren't more people aware of it? Unless they don't share a lot about their personal lives with the public. It seems pretty plausible, actually. Are you two ready to see something cool? Before I can think any more on it, the attendant props a large tablet on the counter for us to see. She expertly swipes her palm across its surface, resulting in an assortment of colored patterns to dance across the screen. The patterns gradually warp into a digital face of a man. Misaki gapes at it admiringly. This is Max. Say hello, Max. Hello. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. In contrast to his appearance, the inflections of Max's voice sound very human-like. It's almost a bit disconcerting coming from something that looks so artificial. What is that called? It's like the scale of how lifelike something looks. And like as it goes, like if the scale were 0 to 100, between 0 and 70 are like, okay, it looks more human, it looks more lifelike, it looks more lifelike. And then once it passes 70, it immediately starts to look just fucking creepy and like terrifying until it gets to like 100, which would be, you know, unmistakable from the real thing. Max is one of our newly developed AI programs. As in artificial intelligence? Correct. While we've made some advancements in the last few years, we're only scratching the surface of what's possible with AI tech. Max is the product of that research so far. Misaki's eyes brighten in excitement as she examines the machine more closely. What was he created for exactly? He'll serve as an automated assistant for law enforcement in the future. Really? An assistant? Oh, what's-her-face would like this. The fuck was her name? Misagi? No, I think I'm mixing up her name with Mr. Miyagi. Whatever. The fucking make-believe 26-year-old. Max. Max collects massive amounts of data from various sources and uses the information to determine suspected criminals. He would then relay his findings to the user in charge and suggest which action they should take based on the situation. But isn't it possible for him to mistake someone for being a criminal? Highly improbable. If anything, Max would be more efficient than humans. His judgment wouldn't be clouded by emotion. I see. Curious, Misaki reaches out to touch the monitor. Forgive me for asking, but may I have your name? Startled by the machine's sudden inquiry, Misaki jumps back, holding tightly onto my shoulder. It spoke to me. Oh, it's Misaki Kazuhaya. And how shall I address your partner? He directs his question at me. We're not partners. It is nice to meet you. We're not partners. Is he purposely being sarcastic? Machines even capable of doing that? Thank you for your... What the fuck? Thank you for your cooperation. I've stored your names for future reference. Forgive me, but I must shut down in order to perform necessary system updates. Oh, of course. Have a good rest then, Max. The attendant promptly shuts off his power, carefully places him back behind the counter. When she pops back up, she beckons us over towards the corner where a large telescopic device sits by itself. Is this over yet? I'm bored. It is a laser microphone. While they're used for surveillance, I sometimes use them to eavesdrop on my coworkers. She conspicuously winks at Misaki as she hands her the headphones. The attendant then aims the microphone towards one of the other booths. The device uses a laser beam that detects sound vibrations in distant objects, then interprets that data through the headphones, allowing the person to hear the conversation that would otherwise be inaudible from a far distance. I think they had something like this like a decade or two ago. I'm sure they have a better version of it now, but I'm trying to think of what the hell it was called. It was like a telescopic ear. Some shit. Can you hear it? Voices. Can you hear what they're saying? Misaki suddenly removes the headphones and quickly hands them back to the attendant, her cheeks flushing a bright red. What did you hear? Nothing. Let's try some... Who were we listening in on? It's a laser microphone. While they're used for surveillance, I sometimes use them to eavesdrop on my coworkers. Alright. It sure doesn't sound like nothing. If I say it's nothing, it's nothing. Thankfully for her, the building's PA system cracks to life. Attention! This building... This event has been boring AF. Please go ahead and leave now. That is all. Ow! We're now announcing the winning numbers for the lottery drawing. If you have the number 1623, please report to the front desk. And let me guess, she has that number. Immediately, Misaki eagerly checks her wristband. Looks like you were right. You didn't win? No, I wasn't even close. For a moment, she looks like she's about to cry. But then she throws her hands up in exasperation. This sucks. This lotto must be rigged. I don't think they would do that, Miki. I do. I was so excited to win the weed. As if remembering something, she turns to me with a scary gleam in her eye. What? Oh. Let me get you digits. Sure, but I doubt I won either. Regardless, Misaki quickly pulls up my sleeve. I don't believe it. You actually won. No, I didn't. Shut up. Let us make haste. We haven't a moment to spare. Just like that, she begins pulling me to the front desk. I'm barely able to give the attendant a slight wave as we speed off. Wait. Sorry, unrelated thought. Maybe the history when they were doing the thing before with the sandbox, and she said, you've been... No, because she's been searching for that for like over a year. And the M letter person hasn't been around that long. Okay, I thought maybe the two besties that liked the same person didn't include her, but I was wrong. After one of the staff confirms my numbers, they hand me a small box. On it, Lemniscate's infamous company logo decorates its cover. Honestly, it's not like I need another phone. My current one works just fine. So this model will likely just collect dust somewhere in my apartment. I'd sell that shit. I hand Misaki the box. She can't seem to decide whether she should immediately tear it open or show some restraint. Oops. God, flubbernuck. Are you sure you want to give it to me? These models are expensive, you know. Isn't that why you brought me here? Well, partly, but it wasn't the only reason. I just wanted to spend some time with you since we haven't talked much recently. Besides, it's not like I'm some heartless tech addict who just used you as a tool. Can't help but smile at that. She seems to take this as confirmation to unwrap the cell phone from its case. Oh, the camera resolution is a lot higher than my current phone. Why don't we take a photo together and try it out? A photo of the both of us? Camera shy, are we? That looks weird. They should have colored in her mouth. Well, no, but Misaki suddenly hooks her arm around my shoulder, pulling me in close. Pulling me close, it says. I feel my cheek press against hers as she positions the phone for a good shot. Say cheese, make me. Unprepared, I'm temporarily blinded by the flash of light. It takes a moment before my vision comes back into focus. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize the flash was on. At least she didn't blink. She shows me the picture, I can't help but cringe. It's high resolution, alright. You can see every detail of my face as I awkwardly wince from the flash. No, you would wince after the picture. It's how light works. Misaki, however, looks as perfect as ever. Guess she really is cut out for the modeling business, isn't she? Oh my god. Handing Misaki back her phone, my own phone suddenly trills in my pocket. It's the what's-her-wench. But we didn't get to look at everything yet. Oh wow, it's the fucking afternoon. No. Uh-oh. Hey, where'd you and Miki run off to? Hello? Did you forget how to use your phone? I just reported a lost child to security. They'll be waiting near the food court whenever you want to show up. Oh. Who is it? Rui. She's wondering where we went. Oh, then let's not keep her waiting. Saki takes my hand once more as we both make our way out of the expo. Uh-oh. When we meet back up with the group, it's apparent Rui isn't happy with me. She avoids eye contact, focusing her attention on the hot dog that she's munching on. Hey. Look who decided to join us again. Not like I was given much of a choice. I stare pointedly at Misaki, but she only grins. So, are you guys up to heading somewhere else? Anywhere's fine with me, man. Long as it's fun. I shall leave the decision to you. You're the navigator of this expedition, Cap. Just lead the way and we shall follow, even to the depths of Hades. Okay then. I pull out the map and give it another skim. Let's do the Ferris wheel last. See what this bot fighting us all about. Pop-up box in the upper corner of the map catches my attention. Live, Lemniscape Bot Show, the future of gaming. Hey, what's her face might like this? Ari with her peach. I might just start calling her Pete. No. Intrigued, I note that the showcase is located just further down the path. Say, what do you guys think about this? I point at the announcement. Robots? Say, Cap, you think they'll be fighting giant monsters? I can say with certainty that they will not. That sounds fun. I say we give it a shot. Alright, any objections? Ari. Yes. Your shoes, minion, need an upgrade. Why, you haven't bought a new pair since I first met you. Objection to the bot showcase. Let's go. Yay, she's excited about something. Wait, smiling genuinely? For non-food related reasons? I don't think I've ever seen Ari so excited. We can pop by. If it's not interesting, we'll go to something else. Why would you say that? No one else says a word. Take this as confirmation and head down the path. Just behind a metal building, a modest portable stage is set up, flanked by screens projecting a live, closer view. A row of assorted small mechas are lined up on the edge of the stage, in front of which stands a Lemniscape representative. It's Governmecher, but in real life. What? There's not many viewers besides us. Looks like the staff is still setting up. I wonder if they'll let people actually try them. I hope so. No use as a showcase of this if the target audience can't even try it. I don't know. These kind of things usually involve demonstration matches to make the technology look a lot better than it actually is. Does seem likely. They may just choose a victim to beat up. That ain't fair, man. Whoever they choose to represent Lemniscape will probably be unstoppable as a final boss. Hahaha. Does not matter. It is a game, and games must be played by rules. I'm about to ask Ari what exactly this cryptic piece of information means, but a blast from the speakers quickly ends our conversation. Is she gonna kick butt at the machine games? Come on, see for yourself the top of the line fighting bots straight from Lemniscape's laboratories. Robotics fans, you may want to listen up. A crowd begins to form behind us, attracted by the representative's announcement. I notice the wide majority of the people are young adults. Who else would it be? Lemniscape definitely knows their target audience. This is one of our star beta testers, Raiden Rumble Ajibana. He'll be showing you some of the awesome stuff this new generation of bots can do. The representative steps back from the stage, leaving room for a big man with short cropped hair to step to the front, holding up his robot of choice. My head just went back to Ari playing laser tag and going, I'm dead, and then sits down and eats a peach. No, I guess I understand why I'm so enamored with the peach. Should I go into detail about that? I don't know if I'm comfortable. Maybe later. I'll think about it. It's medium sized, not as big as my head, sleek in shape and boasting beautiful colors of deep cobalt and silver. Crowd oohs and ahs in appreciation. Oh mama, I gotta get me one of those. Didn't you say that about something else? Beta tester Rumble steps back and gently lays the robot on the stage. Cameras zoom in for a better view, ready to capture the action. Crowd waits with bated breath as Rumble cracks his knuckles. He holds out his hand, into which the representative places a sleek controller. The Mayfly ascends, performs its duties required, and it is no more. Is that a haiku? Suddenly, the robot is alive in a whirl of silver and blue, leaping around the stage like a dancing grasshopper. Rumble smiles confidently as his hands fly over the controller, stringing together. Oh shit! Flawless combos, like the world's most skilled fighting gamer. Wow! Art and movement, amazing. Oh god. I already see several young men digging out their phones and punching rapidly at the screen. No doubt reworking their budget. Really? Thought they would have been fucking with the camera. I might not understand gaming, but I can definitely appreciate skill. Rumble brings the routine to a slow, letting the robot peer away like a professional ballerina before sweeping into a curtsy. It's met with an even louder round of applause. Thank you, Rumble. Wonderful work. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. We're going to open up the floor. Would anyone like to face Rumble? Yes. I'll make you guys a deal. If you manage to defeat Rumble in a best of 3, you can take one of these robots home with you. And with confidence I have never seen before, Ari's hand shoots into the air. And then I went and grabbed her by the legs and hoisted her up so that she towers over the crowd. As the rest of us balk openly at her, the representative's eyes sparkle. No doubt seeing a small girl is easy prey for Rumble. What the fuck? Whole house just shook. Miss, come up onto the stage. Alright, gracefully, a little too gracefully, vaults onto the stage, ignoring the representative's extended hand. Fuck. I think this is going on 3 hours. I wanted to cut it after the amusement park, but it's taking forever. So, actually, I'm going to cut it here. And we'll leave the suspense of the awesome Peach Muncher kicking everybody's butt at robots in the next one, which will be part 7. Part 7. And I can't think of anything to close. Bye.